What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Thank you for joining us on the Jimmy Easy Mafia Life channel. Back here today with one and only Jimmy Easy. Going to be answering some questions today, but most importantly, we got some special guests coming on from the Mafia Roundtable. We're happy to have them on. We'll be bringing them up shortly. I just want to say, guys, for everyone in the live, hit the subscribe button, hit the share. We're going to have a nice show today. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to have Dominic here. We're going to have Gene here. It's going to be a nice show. Everybody's going to be blending together. So without further ado, we're going to bring Dominic Sicali in. For those who don't know him, he is the former capo in the Bonanno crime family. We're going to bring him up.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, Dominic.
What's up, Big Dom? Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, Dan the Turtle Man will show up. I don't want to hear excuses today. This is one shot he called it, he wanted it. So I figured let's do it on your show to give you all the props.
I appreciate that.
Come on, neutral ground, and that's it.
He did send me a message back and said I would like to come on with Dom, but he said he was in a concert and he said I'm away. I'll do it a week from tomorrow if that would be good. And I said I'll run it by you and everybody. He said I'd love it. I'll blow the channel up. He said.
Jimmy, are you kidding me?
I'll show you the text.
This guy was flying on an airplane from Europe, went into a bathroom, a little cubicle bathroom in Coach, and FaceTime so he could be on my show. So wow. Dan, if you're watching, don't what, the Turtle Man coward now? I gotta call you. Oh my Lord, this man on an air. Who do you know would come on a show on an airplane?
I didn't even know you can get service on an airplane.
Gene.
In the bathroom. That's how thirsty he is to get his face on something. So before your face goes on a milk carton, come on. Then we'll put it on the milk carton. Dan's missing.
Yeah. Wow. I remember that.
Wow. He's going to take this opportunity that we rolled the red carpet out on a neutral show to make a lame excuse he's at a concert. Wait, let me ask you something. He actually was able to text you, so that means he saw my show at the concert to text you, to tell you, let's do it now. No, we do it now, brother. We do it now. This is your only time to shine.
I even sent him the link to jump in. So,
listen,
again, if he's busy,
you know what he is? He's all talk. He's fabricated everything that comes out of his mouth. He lies about everybody. Lied about tapes with Jeff Nadeau. Lies about everything. He even says he got Gene a book and movie deal. Where's the contract?
Yeah.
Where's the contract? First thing you get's a contract and an advancement. Where is it? This is over a month and a half ago. He announced it on my show. Where is the contract? Gene still hasn't seen the contract, I think. Well, Gene will explain it himself, I guess.
Yeah, there's no such thing as verbal deals anymore.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Dan, if you're watching this, brother, you're more than welcome to come on. We sent you the link. This is a space where we have no hatred towards anyone. We want to give you the opportunity to confront the myth, the man, the legend. Dom, he's here.
What a joke. What a joke. This guy, you know what? He's good at attacking women. He wants to go on, call them racial slurs. I mean, number one, he gets their ethnicity wrong. Called one woman my daughter, my wife, like he has no clue. But the shit he's saying is like bad, like disgusting. I mean, just totally women who aren't even in this genre, who don't even know. Not even related to me.
Yeah.
They know me, not even related. Calling them, I can't even say the words. That's how bad they are.
There's no reason for that.
No, but let me ask you something, Jimmy. You have a mother, right?
Yeah. No.
You had a mother?
Yeah.
How'd your mother raise you? With women?
Oh no, my mom and dad, and everybody out there that knows my mom and dad, and they all could talk good. They own Howard Beach Pizza, Howard Beach Deli. They'll tell you I never once cursed. My mother never heard me curse. My father did at the racetrack. I got to a fight. He heard me curse. All cursing at the horse or the jock, you know. But my mom never heard me curse. Walked in
Right.
that house, Dominic. It was like Superman. I had a different costume on, different face.
Right. I was always brought up, you never disrespect a woman. If they put their hands on you, walk away. Never,
Yeah, because you
this
know what
man
you could
has
do to them.
zero self-respect, self-esteem. He's just, look at him. Just look at him. It speaks for itself. So you'll see who he is. And I saw the other night, I was watching your show. He said something about, I missed 5 times shooting. Okay, I missed. I got a baseball bat stuck up my ass. Okay, I got a baseball bat stuck up my ass. I robbed my grandmother. Okay.
Part of the life.
And, but I could tell you this. I'm not out there portraying I have millions and millions of dollars. I'm not out there portraying that I'm this big executive mogul who sold only 5,000 records when that's all there was to buy. There was no downloads then.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not this person saying, I have this connection, I have that connection, I could do this movie deal, this book deal, and not do it. I'm not this person going out attacking random women, calling them just the slurs are just
uncalled for.
You know.
And
This
you know,
guy-
Dom, sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
I wanted to go back to what you said about, you know, him just stating these things. Like, what do people find in just bringing other people down? I get it in the comments a lot, like in Jimmy's situation, where I had a few people say, "Oh, well, you know, he got jumped and he got beat up, and the Gotti sent these people out to do this." I mean, what would you expect from somebody that's getting jumped on by 5 to 6 guys? Do you expect him to win? Like, that's not,
Right.
you know, that's not something that is something that you approve, or you're not Superman. You're not going to beat these people up.
Listen, I got out of a car to fight a guy. He put a 45 to my head. Or no, it was either 45 or a 9mm, right to my head, walked me into his car, took me to the back of the cemetery, and I got beat up. It felt like 2 hours. It was probably about 45 minutes. I mean, pulverized. Cops came. This is where somebody put a bad label. They called me a rat. They said I got a baseball bat. This is where they said I got a baseball bat stuck up my ass. Number one, for everybody who knows, if a baseball bat goes up somebody's ass, they go into the hospital. Hands down. The cops came. I walked over, blood gushing all over the place. They said, "Are you okay? Are those guys?" I said, "No, they're my friends." They looked at me. "You sure?" "Yeah, no. I had a fight. The fight's over with. They're helping me clean up before I go home because my mother's going to freak out." Okay. They shined the lights. They saw the 2 guys. And I walked back there. The cops left. They asked where they say. I said, "You guys were my friends helping me clean up." They had the gun on them and everything. Now I know I'm not getting killed. The cops saw them.
Yeah.
But to answer the story, that's what happened. There was no bat stuck up my ass, but the guy Michael Hippie with the Genovese, when I robbed him, I took his coat. He put a label on me I was a rat. That didn't stick. And then he put a word that when I got jumps, the whole neighborhood knew about it, that they stuck a baseball bat up my butt. So, you know, these are things because he could never get me. He didn't have the balls to fight me, come after me. So this is what he did to try to tarnish my name. That's why I was looking for him on 2 different occasions with Joe Barone. I don't know. I can't say to kill him, but I was gonna hurt him bad. And if it came down to it, I would have killed him right in the bar because we were all strapped up. And that's the story. But you know, guys like Dan, they want to try to make me look like I'm soft. You're right. I never killed anybody. I was soft. I got lucky. You know, I elevated in the crime family because they liked me. You know, that was it. But
I hear it. You got to hear some of the stories we hear, right? Proctor sends me a thing the other day. He found an old article in 2004, but they'll claim he backdated or he had Proctor backdated, saying how me and Gotti were going at it for like 7 months. I said it to Gene, ongoing dispute. Finally, they caught up with him. John Gotti pleaded guilty to a conspiracy to murder Jimmy Easy. But he don't know me.
Oh, that's what Proctor said. He didn't know you.
Well, that's what Angel told him. My
Oh.
brother don't even know him. But you pled guilty to conspiracy to murder me.
Right.
So you kill people you don't know? You
Right.
put hits on people you don't know?
Right.
He sounds like a paper asshole.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like. Joey, oh, there's no mob. There's no mob. But, and then 5 minutes later, he's talking about how this guy ratted on this guy. Wait, there's no mob. How did he rat?
Right.
You know, they got to listen.
It's
Like Chris
ridiculous.
Colombo.
It's ridiculous. Well, listen, the Gottis say that Junior's not a rat.
He sat with you. Did you sit any of the Gambino squad?
Yeah, Ted Otto.
Ted Otto.
Yeah.
Okay. Joey Molino posted his 302s.
So did I. I had him.
Yeah.
So
How do you feel about that,
tell,
Dom?
that's it.
How do you feel about that situation personally? Do you feel that he sat with the government and
Not feel.
told?
I know he did. His name's on a 302.
Yeah.
They didn't
Oh,
make
yeah.
it up. The government's messed up for putting it out there. They shouldn't have did that, but he sat with the government, gave information. I wouldn't care if it was old information, no good
You don't
information.
sit with them.
You don't sit with them. Soon you sit down with them, you're a rat. That's like me walking in the first day, right? If I walked in, sat down, they took me out of MDC Brooklyn, which is a holding facility. I told them, I'm thinking about cooperating. They brought me to the barracks in Brooklyn, the Army base.
Fort Hamilton base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought me over there. So I go in the office. Here's what happened the first time. I wouldn't say anything. My lawyer spoke and says, what can he expect? Like I wanted to know parameters. I didn't say 2 words. Do you think, and I didn't say anything. I go back to MDC Brooklyn. It gets out. I sat with the feds. I didn't say anything. Even if they told him, Dominic didn't say anything. I'm still a rat. They're going to look at me as a rat. I walked in the door.
Yeah.
What were you doing? So you were thinking about it? You're a rat. That could get you killed.
Yeah. Let me tell you, like, I came home with Nikki and Lenny case. I was in a halfway house. And I'm popping up in the neighborhood, seeing this guy, seeing that guy. And Randy Palermo kept sending for me. So I ran into Ralphie Guarino. He's the one that robbed the World Trade Center. I don't know if you remember that.
Right.
The back. So he flipped. George Hannah White made him a street confidential informant. He got Vinny on tape, Anthony Rotonda, Anthony Capel. They all, as soon as they put the cuffs on him. Me, I was away. I came home to everybody pointing the finger at me.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the newspaper clipping too. There was 40-something of them, like 20-something cooperated. And there's 2 fractions. You got your Jersey guys, got your Brooklyn guys.
Right.
The Brooklyn guys, they all flipped, except my boss, my captain, Rudy, because he died. And I don't think he ever would have, but you can never say that no more.
No, you can't. Nowadays, you really can't.
Yeah.
You definitely can't.
Dom, I got one question for you. First of all, shout out to the 347 people here in the live. Guys, everybody hit the subscribe button, hit the share. We appreciate you. But the one question I have for you, Dom, is do you feel that same way about snitching when it comes down to talking to the media, just because it's not like the FBI? Because the media still disseminates, information to the public. How do you feel about that?
If I'm in the mafia and I'm a made man, what business do I have even talking to the media? What business do I have even talking about the life to a civilian? You don't. You're ratting. Cosa Nostra was created as a secret society. Not, let's publicize it. Let's go. We're going to get our names on the Walk of Fame. It should be the Walk of Shame, especially like with guys like Joey Molino. You just don't. You have a boss, Michael the washwoman. He's like this, taking selfies. Are you joking? Like, you can't even make this shit up. So, listen, my decision to cooperate was the hardest decision I have ever made in my life. It's the best decision now because the life is not what I grew up what I believed in, what I lived, what I drank, slept, ate every day. It's not that. So I made the right decision because
Oh,
now it's a joke. It's a
you
joke.
definitely did. And you know who reached out to me? One of the assessors, Carmen,
Right.
you know them.
Yeah.
He said, Jimmy, you got nothing to prove to them. Who else reached out? I'm doing one with Larry Lazar.
Okay.
Larry Mazza.
Larry Mazza.
He said, Jimmy, I've been away with him. I've been in the streets. Good guy. He
Yeah.
was
No, I
around
like
great.
Larry.
And he said, when do you want to do it? When do we schedule for that, Stevie?
Tuesday we'll be going
We
live
got a
with
bunch.
American Made.
Nice. Nice.
So,
Congratulations with everything.
thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm
You
just,
deserve it.
like I said, Dom, I waited 25 years.
Right.
And I'm not bragging. I don't need the money. I'm not doing this for the money
Right.
at all. I just want to set the record straight.
Yeah.
And of course, everything out there is like close. But I said, let me just.
No, have fun with it. And don't listen, guys. Word of advice, it's going to get to you at some point with all the negativity.
I love
Use that as a positive. Use that as, you know what? You want me to fail? I'm not failing. I'm going to keep on going because it will take, watch, it did on me. Takes a toll in the beginning where I was thinking about leaving. I said, no, if I leave, they're going to beat me. They beat me. And no, just keep on going forward. Use it as a positive and take all the people that support you because there's a lot of people in this genre that'll gravitate to you. They'll support you. They'll have your back and do it for the right reasons. Always be straightforward, be honest, and they'll love you. They'll embrace you the way they have myself.
Dom, you're not a dumb guy. You've been through this whole thing with me, with Proctor, and I showed
Right.
him everything he wanted. And not only that, he came up with another charge. I had a 15 to 25 in the state. I didn't even bring up. I'm not here to glorify being a scumbag, bad guy.
Right.
I'm here to tell the kids out there and everybody else, it's not the life it used to be.
Right.
You don't know the guy you're sitting with. You go to do a piece of work. You don't know who you're getting in the car with.
Listen, and you're right about that, but there is no loyalty. Tomorrow I'm doing a show. I just got a whole bunch of information. I have so many guys that are still in the life. They love me. They gave me some information. I don't even think Michael Hippie knows about it.
Oh, wow.
When he went away, what they did, what his wife, his ex-wife did. And his own friends knew. His childhood friends that grew up with him, Sal Walker knew. And they never handled business for his friend. I wouldn't give a shit. Michael Sullivan's my childhood friend. We grew up, we're inseparable now. We had fallen outs. But if we were part of the same family, same organization, I wouldn't care what falling out I had with him. I know if he's away and somebody did something, violated his wife, the guy's going to be chopped up in 1,000 pieces. I'm going to roll for my friend.
Ain't many of them out there no more, Dom.
Nope.
They talk a great game.
But we're talking on Hippie's first bid. I mean, Ernie knew about it. Like everybody knew in the family, nobody did anything.
Yeah.
So I'll be breaking that tomorrow down, names, everything.
There's guys that hang out with people that when I hear about it now, I'm like, no way. Because, when you're away 25 years from life and
Right.
you're laying undercover, like I'm a legitimate guy in Arkansas,
right.
I'm laying low. So I'm not hearing who's boss, who's this, that now, because I really don't care. It won't mean nothing to me.
Right.
But when I hear like people testify to somebody and the guy's living right around the corner from you, I can't grasp it.
Right.
And the guy that testified on your sister is hanging out with your sister. Could you sleep nights with the guy behind you that testified on you?
Listen, again.
He wouldn't sleep nights with me. I'll say that.
I'll reiterate. I'm glad I'm out of the life because I'd be killing everybody. I just know me. I wouldn't be able, my pride. I'd be doing life after life after life sentence.
Yeah, but
and especially today, you have to know what you're doing to get away with it. With all the cameras, the surveillance, I would have more costumes than you'd see in the costume hall.
I go out Halloween nights to do my move. If I'm not stalking somebody, I'm going Halloween night.
Listen, every night would
4th
be
of
a
July
Halloween
with
night
all the
with all these people you
fireworks.
have to take out. But
Hey Dom, I know you invited Jeff Nadeau on your show many times. I watched him a few times. How do you feel about the way how disrespectful he is when it comes down to mob guys?
that's his opinion. I'm okay with that. He call me a scumbag. Listen, he'll say, no, I just, that comes out of your mouth, the way he come, you can see the venom when he does say it, but I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, there's people that look at me as a scumbag, a lowlife, and I'm all right with that. You have to respect it. They have all reasons. I was killing people. I was hurting people out there. So, a lot of civilians, they detest who we were, what we did, and they say a leopard doesn't change his spots. That's why John A. Light didn't give us a good light with his new criminal activity. But you know what? I know what I'm about. I know how I turn my life around. This is the first time in my adult life. I'm home since 2013. 13 years. I don't have a parking ticket. First time I'm out this long in my adult life. From 22 years old all the way up till I was released at, I think, 44, 45 on separate bids. I only had 4 months and 5 years on the street. That's it. Out of all that time, my whole adult life was in prison. All my youthfulness was in prison.
I lost so many of my years. I know 17, maybe 16. I'll
Yeah.
never get it back.
No,
Most
but
of my
it makes you who
30s,
you
I
are
didn't touch
today,
shit.
Jimmy. It
What?
makes you the man you are today.
I mean, I did time with another guy you probably know, Louis Haha.
Yeah.
We did great time together. We had a ball. But you do your time. Don't let the time do you.
Exactly. People say, well, they don't want to do it. Time is easy. It's hanging out. You're hanging out with the guys every day.
Playing cards,
Hanging
shooting
out.
crap.
And in my case, I was going with so many female COs, it was ridiculous. They were shipping me from one institution to the other. I seen a female CO or women coming in. I went with a psychiatrist, school workers, the women that come in from the college. If it had a skirt, I was going after it. And that was it. Like, they're women. They're coming in a male institution.
That's how I passed my GED, the school teacher. I told him the story. I'll tell you privately. I couldn't pass this GED, Dom, if I tried. With math, no problem.
Right.
But she
We
helped
definitely
me.
want to say free A Light, man. Free A Light. We hope he comes home. Free A Light. Dom, how do you feel about the bashing when it comes down to like you and did you ever have people that bashed you and wanted to see like your paperwork just because you didn't, even if you didn't have it? How do you feel
No,
about
my
all that?
shit was too publicized, so it was out there. Like,
And
the
like
bashing, I still got bashed though,
Yeah.
and I'm all right with it. I'm okay with it because I know what I did was wrong.
Yeah.
It was wrong in the eyes of the street, and then it was wrong in the eyes of civilians because I was a criminal. So you really have no win. But you know what? You could turn your life around, and that's what I did.
And me too, Dom. I gotta say, and that's one of the reasons I really want to come out, because when I went through the messy divorce, I got full custody of my 3 daughters. To tell you anything, and she brought it up on the stand. Put my oldest daughter on the stand. How's it feel to have a father that's a stone cold murderer? They're bank robbing. My daughter said, my daddy ain't that kind of person. Oh, yes, he is. And he held up some kind of paperwork she gave him. She had a copy of the paperwork I gave him. She made a copy probably.
Right.
And afterwards they asked me in the hallway, and I took the oldest one, the little one I didn't. She was only 5 at the time. And I pulled her on the side. I said, Daddy was a bad guy, and I'll explain to you when we get home. And I did. And at that point, they were like, Daddy, go ahead, write your book. Go ahead, do this. So, and I came out, but I was never going to come out, Don. I was gonna die, Zach Caruso. But
What made you come out?
because when she told my daughters never knew about one of my
Oh,
crimes.
okay.
So when she opened her mouth and they asked me, I had to tell them. 18 and 16.
Right.
They had an idea because guys come down and see me.
Right.
I mean, they're all Jews head like this. They come down and see me. And they knew right away, but they never, to what extent, they didn't know.
Right.
They
Right.
surmised.
Right.
Then I just told them the truth.
See, my daughter's like, she'll say, I'm like, are you embarrassed that I cooperate? She says, no. She's just embarrassed of the mafia.
Mm.
Go
That's how
figure.
they
Like,
are.
she's not
That's
embarrassed. I
how they
ratted.
are.
She's embarrassed of the mafia. I said, well, you can't. Don't be embarrassed, because a lot of people love the mafia. Like they gravitate to it. And but yeah, with kids, listen, my daughter's eyes, I could do no wrong.
That's good.
That's
Hold
right.
Raise
on
the
one
girl.
second, guys. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but I believe Gene is backstage. Mr. Late Gene.
The one
Guys,
and
we're going to
only.
welcome the one and only Gene, Mr. Outcast himself, Borello. We're going to bring him on.
I have
Up?
my glasses on because I know he's
Big
got his. Oh, he
Gene.
don't have his glasses.
Doing?
Can't
Jenny
complain,
boy.
man. Can't call it.
We didn't wake you, did we?
Yeah, they're buffering already.
Gene, you're
Gene the Terror
buffering.
with his internet.
You
Wait,
gotta buy a better
Gene will tell you it's
Wi-Fi.
your internet.
Doing that?
There he
In
is again.
there?
There
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
here.
I don't know why it kicks me off like that.
What are you cold?
Nah, I always wear sweaters in here.
No, the blanket.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
We
was just
didn't
laying
wake you,
down.
did we?
I just forgot. I just remembered you wanted me to come on. I was literally out cold.
Oh, I
Yeah,
seen a
What's
we
going
video
on? You
you
can
were
hear
on
me?
before
Yeah,
dancing.
we
we
hear
hear
you.
you loud and clear. No
So
echo
what's
this
going on?
time, Gene.
No, I'm waiting for Dan the Turtle Man. He has an excuse. He's at an event in Tampa. But to me, there is no excuse. If he got on while he was on an airplane, he made it a point to let me go in the bathroom and get on Dom's show. Now he doesn't want to confront me, big tough Dan.
Well, look at the size of you. I come at you, I'm coming with a pistol. I'll be honest with you. You ain't gonna see my face. I'm
I
coming up
think Gene
behind
is
you.
frozen
Yeah,
again.
Gene's froze again. That's right. He'll pop back
Gene,
up.
come back up, brother. Gene is frozen again, like always.
That's it. So you just can't
Dom,
make
how do you feel about the genre and in all your perspective about everybody working together, everybody coming together and just
Never
growing
happened.
each other's
Never
platform?
happened. Never happened. You see what I did tonight?
Yeah.
To push everything. Now, if Dan comes on, they'll probably. How many people you have in the live?
Right now we have 416 in the live. Everyone,
Okay.
subscribe.
So people hit the subscribe button, give them some love. But this would have been okay if this was Sammy. No, I'm going to do it on my channel because it's my platform. And look, I spread the love. I felt I didn't
Appreciate
even
it.
give you guys a heads up. I said I'll
Yeah.
go on Jimmy's show tonight. Dan will come on, but Dan, of course, cowered out because that's what cowards do. They balk, they berate women, they chastise women, and then when they're confronted by a real man, let me say I'm at an event. The way he contacted you at the event, the way he was watching my show at the event, to hear I gave him the challenge, he could have came on.
Is he in the chat, do you know?
Oh, who knows?
I don't think he's in the chat unless he's under another name. I don't see him in the chat. No.
Gene just texted me, send him the link to his email.
I'll send it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dom can send it over.
Yeah, I'll send it.
We did have a message here. Let's get to. Actually, Jim, we got a quick message for you, brother, that you can answer. Somebody here thinks that there was two situations with the Gaudis regarding your beatdown. Can you please address that one more time for the
Let me
live?
address it. Look at me. When I did sit with the government and they asked me, did I catch on how I said no. They caught me on Carroll Street. Okay. There was never two incidents. Me and Johnny Alite went over it and we figured out who the guy was. I owned a pizzeria in Delhi on Causeway Boulevard. And there was this guy going out with Joey Messina's daughter, Linda. And he did something really wrong, and I ain't going into it. And Joey wanted him set up. Do you know the balls this kid has, Dom? Because you know him. They cornered this kid in front of my pizzeria 2 carloads. I backed up. None of my business. You get a girl on.
Right.
None of my business at that point. That was my daughter. I know what I would do. I backed up. They beat him mercilessly. So you see the way your leg folds this way?
Right.
It was laying the other way.
Gotcha.
He come out of surgery, this kid. He calls up, I heard Messina's house, said, you didn't finish the job. You're soft. Sick. And I told the agent of this when I proffered. And I told him, I don't know whatever happened to the kid. He was from Howard Beach. His name was Frankie. I don't know what happened to him.
Right.
Never seen him again. He was always coming in our deli pizzeria, selling swag coins. He was a house robber,
Right.
probably.
Right.
Selling me jewelry, bringing me this, bringing me that. That's all I knew of him. Like when Brock actually, what was his last name? I don't know.
Right. Right.
And it's 35, 38 years ago.
Right.
Exactly. It's like
But
people
that's where
expect you
me and
to.
Johnny A-Line knew who it was. I don't
Right.
know if he was in there because he's a Gambino and the Bonos beat him up. So I don't know if he was involved or not.
Right. Right.
I mean, these
That's what they're
people.
probably thinking because it was in front of my father's deli or pizzeria. They were next to each other. So maybe they thought it was me. I don't know. Took it
Right.
away. But no, it would be public record. If you
Right.
got taken away in an ambulance, and what saved my life was a dog. Jumped through the window. A pit
Oh
bull.
yeah.
They were trying to drag me in a car. They get me in a car, dumb.
There, you're done.
Yeah. So the pit bull, Sheena, came out. So I said, what was there? A pit bull on Cross Bay Boulevard too?
Right. Right.
There was one incident. I mean, I involved myself in murders. I have brought it all out. All the shootings. He was there when I shot one of the guys.
Right.
You know, I mean, I brought it all out. I put everything on the table. A lot
Listen,
of
you
guys,
you put everything to rest. Just move forward. People are going to say
Yeah.
things. They're going to keep on harping. They're going to keep on saying
oh,
what
I
they
ignore them
want.
now.
You know, they hate. You have a lot of haters out there. Just
And you know what, Dom? You know, we're so new to the YouTube space that at this point it does aggravate us sometimes. You know, especially me. I feel like I got to stick up for him a little more, even though I shouldn't. But I do understand and I appreciate that because some people are just going to be negative. They wake up negative. They go to sleep negative. They don't want to see nobody win. And
Right.
believe it or not, behind the scenes, we work hard to put this together.
Yeah, no,
Coming
it's a
from
lot
two
of work.
people that really don't know anything, about this YouTube world. We really, really work hard to put this together, not knowing how to use certain apps, not knowing how to use YouTube, not being monetized. These are things that we're learning. And you know what? It's okay. We're going to fall on our face. Like I told Jimmy, we're going to fall on our face together and we're going to get up together.
That's it.
We're humble. We speak to you all the time. You see, we're in your chat all the time,
Yeah.
Speaking with your subscribers, because at the end of the day, this is what it's about. It's about showing love and understanding that, just because you was in the life, that don't mean that you're not human beings with hearts.
Right. Right. But
So
you're
we definitely
going to
respect
find,
that.
even with the other content creators, a lot of jealousy, envy, especially when you start growing. They're going to be, you have to remember, everybody has their egos. You have your Mikey Scars, you have your Sammys, Michael Franchise. Well, he's on a different level. I mean, I'm doing a show, all of a sudden somebody pops out of the blue to do a live, and the kid behind it, I don't mention his name, who does the analytics, who you spoke to, is like, Dom, so-and-so has a live going, much bigger channel than me, dwarfs my size. He had like 1,200 people in his live. All of a sudden, we go on. He lost like 200, and we're up to 1,400. So the kid's like, Dom, because he's watching the two shows. He's like, I saw her. Soon you came on, I saw her drop, and then you just bypassed him. And I mean, he dwarfs me by subscriber size. But I look at it like, since when are you doing a live on my time?
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right. So I guess wanted to see, but you know what? Just always keep it real, keep it straight. Tell them what they want to hear. No, don't tell them what they want to hear. Tell them what's the truth, and you'll do fine. You'll do fine.
Yeah.
And I'm here for you guys. So is Gene.
And same thing, we're here
Thank
for
you,
you
guys.
guys. And I told
Thank
him
you.
that. Anything I can
Thank
do
you.
with him.
Hey, Gene, what's
What's
your
going on, man?
situation with Dan, brother? Talk to us. We
I'm
need your energy, brother. We
Did you
need
have a
you.
rough night? Tell the truth.
yeah,
Did you have a rough night?
you know, it's a bad situation for me. You know, I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. The whole thing, both sides. I don't like the fighting. I think it's stupid. You know, when I fight with people, you know, I get told, you know, stop this, do that, and now this guy's doing things. It's like stupid. I told Dan, what's the point of this? I'm like, why are you fighting? And he's like, da, 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 da. It just doesn't make sense because now I'm stuck in like flat in the middle of it, and I want to resolve it, but I guess it got too bad to resolve. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like, you know,
Where
now
do
I'm
you
just
go
like,
from there?
Yeah. Well, Gene, like I said, I've always given you the option. I would never tell you, listen, you make money, you make money. Cool. I'll never knock it. But like I told you, this guy is dangerous. He's a liar. I'm always going to be straight with you. It bothers me that I have to tell you that I just don't like the antics. I don't like him stringing you along. I don't like what I see. And granted, this is me talking, not you. You talk, you know, whatever you got going. I see it different. I see it from a pattern. I see what he does. I see him go and attack women who have no business in this genre, women who aren't even my blood, going after them and saying things. If you have a problem with me, bring it to me. All right, you said I got a baseball bat stuck on my ass. You know what? I felt really good. I enjoyed it.
you know,
Come do it again.
Like, yeah. You know what?
no.
Dan, why don't you put a baseball bat up my ass?
I mean, we know that's all like just comedy.
I
you know,
understand that,
entertainment and
but
shit.
nonsense. Dom, you leased I saw a video that was sent to me. Your vehicle, your Bentley is leased that you couldn't even get tires for it.
All right, ready? Hold on. Let me finish. Let me just stop that right there. So I was in the game of leasing cars and buying cars. Let's just say all your cars are leased. You know how expensive those fucking leases are? Hold on. Let me just clarify this. A Bentley to lease it could be up to like $3,500 a month. All right. You know, you're talking about cars that, you know, could be $4,000 or $5,000 a month to lease. So let's just say you were leasing your 5 cars that you got. What are your payments? $20,000 a month? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's still going to be a ton of money. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to give it back.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're wasting your money because you have to give the lease back. So technically, you're just throwing that
Listen.
money away.
Brooklyn, listen to me. I was gonna take over my friend's Lambo truck. He had the Performante. You know what that is? The
Yeah.
Performante Lambo truck. They wanted $4,500 a month for it. Okay, that's what these cars go for. So when you start going like with the cars that he's driving, Maybachs, and all this crazy shit, those payments are huge. Let's just say if it are leases. You get what I'm saying? So that's like, that's not even a diss saying his cars are leased because it could be fucking 20,000 a month payments. You know?
And you know what? If it's leased, it's leased. What's the big deal anyway? But to say tires, number one, here's how ignorant he is. And Gene, you know this. On all those high-end cars, you always get the tire and rim protection.
Listen, I had a McLaren. I had a McLaren 570S. I had a Porsche Panamera Turbo. Those tires are $500 each. You have to get tire insurance. If you keep popping them, they won't cover you no more. I had that problem with one of my cars that you kept getting flats. They're like, they ain't covering your fucking flats no more. You them drop you. So yeah, you have to have these insurance usually. But listen, used to right now, it's a bad situation for me. I'm actually very close to you, Dom. But as I was,
but I'm all right. Don't let it. Listen, I'm a big boy.
No, but listen, as I was doing all these things with Dan and started really liking Dan, used to started fighting out of nowhere.
No, not you, Gene. Let's get the record straight. Not you. He got salty because I didn't have him on the show when he was in Europe. And I didn't answer his phone call. Well, let me tell you something. Who the fuck is he that I have to put him on? He's not my friend. I don't know him. Like, really? Because you want to show the Eiffel Tower? I didn't want you on my show. The people, and I'm going to keep it real. My viewers, and they'll comment here. They didn't want to see Dan. Every time you go look at the comments. Dom, keep him off the show. Dom, he's no good. When he tried berating Scott Bernstein, come on. The guy has no respect for anyone.
What you understand also with me and you together, and I'm not knocking anybody because these guys just started in the industry. Nobody can mess with us. So when you're talking about other platforms that are doing this, is because they see what's going on And basically what's happening is that everyone's tuning in when we're going on. So of course, other people are going to say, well, let's see if I can compete with them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know already who you're talking about, and I get along with that person too. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still a pissing contest. These guys all have egos. Like I said, you put 5 wise guys in the room, by the end of the night, people are shooting each other. That's just the way it is. You know, you can't put a 5 Italians in the room together. You can't. Listen, anytime I did time, right, and I wasn't with my people, it's fine. Once you get around your people in jail, oh, it's the worst. Oh, I shot this guy, I killed that guy, I did more. You're a pussy. You are nobody. That's all it is. It's all it becomes a fucking
Jimmy,
pissing
you
contest.
know that in jail, God forbid, if I didn't give Joe Blow a dinner I cooked for everybody.
You didn't bring me a dish.
Yeah.
Bro.
You gave that cocksucker a dish, but you didn't give me a dish.
We were bringing food in, right?
You knew.
Nicky and Lenny's got a counselor bringing
know.
food in.
You know how it is.
Veal Parmesan. We eating good.
Another
guy from another crew got mad at me, a white guy.
Yeah.
Why I didn't give him any. Well, Nicky and Lenny gave it to me. How am I to give it to you?
Right.
It was all politics.
They all said they don't want him on the show, Dom. They don't want him on the show.
Thank you.
In the chat. So let me ask you, Dom,
Yeah.
would you ever consider bringing him on at some point and addressing it, or is it just a no?
No, but I would do it on your show right now, and that's it. This is his only option. So all that bullshit a week from now. What a week from now? If he wanted me that bad, he's just all talk.
Yeah.
All talk. Just like I'm not going to mention. Please don't mention. I sent you he put out there a whole slew of lies about somebody, saying that somebody feared their life with me, somebody did this with me, somebody did that. I just what did I send you?
What did you send me?
Yeah, don't mention the name, but what did I send you?
You sent me an affidavit.
Okay, is it signed by that person?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sure you read it. Did it say everything he read on social media was false?
Honestly, I didn't read it.
Okay.
Well, but I will read
just skim through it.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
At the end of the day, it said everything that was false never happened, and
that's wrong.
I mean, this guy just goes out and makes up stories like this is, and now he's at a concert. Okay, concert. All right. He's just a piece of garbage.
He said you schedule for a week from tomorrow.
This is not the man, right? This is not his genre. He could go back to his little fairyland that he lives in. And Gene, because I care for you. I love you. You're my brother. I really hope there's a contract and he's not jerking you around. Because I got stuff on him with you, with me, with everybody. I have the text messages. He's a dirty motherfucker. And everybody in this chat, on your channel, all the people, all the viewers, if I'm calling somebody saying he's a dirty motherfucker, I got the proof. I'm just not putting it out there. I do have the proof. He's a dirty, a snake is too good of a word for him.
Hey, Gene, can you elaborate on that a little bit regarding your book deal?
Oh
no, regarding your book deal and that if it's okay with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be like I said, at this time of my life, as you know, I'm huge in this genre, so it's easy to market me. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to say, oh, I have this guy. Everyone knows who the fuck I am. In Japan, they know who I am. I'm saying it's easy to market me. So it's like he had a good offer, a good deal, and the people are very interested. So we're running through a situation because my other book, my author became a douchebag and doing a lot of foul things with me. I'm owed thousands and thousands of dollars in royalties that I trusted someone, and I have a New York Times bestseller. I sold over 50,000 copies. I don't get no royalties every month because I trusted someone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Yeah, insane. So my book still sells to this day 300-400 copies a month. I get no royalties. So I did make over 50,000-60,000 on that book through the time, maybe more, but I'm owed a lot of money on it. So this time I'm doing it where it's in my name. I get X, Y, and Z up front, 70-30, and the money comes to me every month. You know what I mean? So when I first got out, I just trusted someone and jumped into a situation, and he was pocketing all the fucking money.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I came to find out, and I know Dan got to the bottom of it for me and found out exactly what was going on here, and I see all the money I was owed, and I didn't even know. So now this
So he ran through the analytics of it.
everything. It's crazy. I'm owed thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So now it's like the guy like doesn't know what to do. So we're trying to pull the book now and make it go in my name, and I get all my. Because Born in Life is a New York Times. It sells like crazy. My first book. This one now is going to be about the second half of my life, and I'm getting a large amount of money up front, and then 70-30 my way, and then in my name where I receive my royalties. So this is what's going on right now. We'll see. In August, it's about to go. I'm going on Vlad TV tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I mean Tuesday, 12 o'clock.
So as of right now, you have a verbal agreement with Dan himself.
Yeah, I believe it's 35 to 50,000 up front, and then 70-30 my way, and then, 70-30 their way, and then every royalties by month, per month.
Is there a reason why it's not in paperwork and it's just verbal, or is that something that you just didn't get around to just yet?
Well, it's through one of his family members, so I know that is valid. And like I said, I didn't know these two we were all good, everybody. You know what I'm saying? This popped up like boom. One day we were just on the shows together every day, doing things behind the scenes together, and then I turn left, I turn right, they're killing each other. You know what I'm saying?
No, Gene, get it right. We're not killing each other. He came on my show he berated Joe Barone out of nowhere, and he tried berating me about the 5 shots.
No, I know that. Well,
so there was
true.
no ill. I didn't do a fucking thing with this punk.
No, I know, but even if you didn't shoot the guy with a 357, which
doesn't
you did,
matter. You don't do that. You don't do that. We're working together. That's like me saying something derogatory about you. Hey, Gene, can I ask you a question? Yeah. Did you pull down your pants and run naked in the park? What happened? That you were running screaming? I'm afraid.
No, I told him that. I said, why? I asked him why he did that. I said he was just trying to joke around, but I don't know what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to tell me. I don't talk to him every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just know I asked him what was that about, and he said that he was just joking around. He says he was just trying to break chops. He says he didn't know you were going to get mad. Whatever the situation, whatever it may be. Now I'm in this position now where it sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like you feel like you're fighting in between two. You have your partner and your co-host, and then you have the book guy. But one thing I can say is, Gene, if you don't want to put yourself in the same situation that you was in before, I think the best thing for you to do would be have it in writing.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an actual deal and everything like that.
Yeah.
Writing, but I trusted someone, which I'm very in shock that this guy did that with me, because I'm a very easygoing guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like greedy. Like, that's not I never been like that. To me, it's all free money. I go on the internet, people pay me to fucking send them birthday messages. It's free money. That's how I look at it. It's like, people, we're lucky to be able to do that and wake up and not have to go work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a privilege. You know what I mean? So I'm a very easygoing person. So I'm surprised that my old partner did that to me and screwed me on a lot of money. You know what I mean? Very surprised.
Money changes people.
Yeah.
But the guy has money. That's the weird thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's how he got money.
Yeah, very weird. This guy actually. Woo! Heard that?
That was lightning, huh?
Lightning or thunder?
That was crazy, right?
Oof.
Gene thought it was a shot. He went.
I thought I was getting shot at, bro. I thought Snuff was on the roof over there shooting at me with a fucking
there you go.
rifle.
What is his name? Snuff or Muff?
It's Snuffy.
You hear Muff or Muff?
Now that I got all you guys on, I wanted to ask all you guys at the same time about a certain situation. So as you know, we've been talking to Proctor here and there, and Proctor made us aware that Chris Colombo was sending him and telling him personal information regarding Jimmy and his crimes, et cetera,
and
et cetera.
Rudy, which is a captain that's keeping it real. Joe, talking about all guys that are still keeping it real. I mean, some of them are dead.
How do you feel about that, Gene? How do you feel? I mean, we asked Dom already.
Captain.
Hold on, there's a wise guy. Can you pull this question up for me?
Yeah.
It's, Enrico.
Enrico?
Yeah, Enrico.
Hold on 1 second.
I1W real fast.
We got the chat going crazy. Oh, here we go. Question for Gene. My attorney is friends with your attorney, Seth. He told him you're getting 15 years in state prison. Are you ready for your state pen? Are you ready for the state pen?
So yeah, that would be impossible. My attorney is not allowed to tell anybody that if that was even true. And I'm not looking at 15 years right now. But yeah,
Gene, you're saying don't even talk about it,
Yeah,
Gene.
yeah.
Don't talk
If
about
it's
Yeah.
open case, Gene.
yeah.
Because you could
People are
Nobody
going to
thinks
be in
about
for a big
it.
surprise in that outcome. That's all I can tell you.
Haters,
People are
Gene.
going to be
Like
in
you
for a big
said,
surprise.
all
That's
haters,
all I'm
brother.
going to tell
You
you.
keep doing what you're doing.
No, Lord. Listen, people are
Next
going to be in for a
question.
big surprise in that outcome. Don't worry.
So back to that question, Gene. We already asked Dom about it, and he already spoke his piece on it. How do you feel about a mob guy speaking to the media? Do you feel that that's them snitching, or do you feel it's okay because he's a civilian?
But in the life.
I mean, is it you? Who's a civilian? Wait, who's a civilian
Well,
talking to the
bottom line
media?
is this:
You
Chris
know who it is.
Colombo
You
spoke to
blasted him the other
Proctor.
day.
How do you feel
The
about
fat
him
bastard.
Chris
telling him
Colombo's a
information?
jerk off. Chris
He's
Colombo's a
telling
jerk off.
Proctor
That's all I
my
can tell you about him.
information. He's telling about Rudy Ferrone, a captain in the family, keeping it real, got a family out there. You talk. He's telling him about him. He's telling him about I shot a
Listen,
homeless man. That wasn't even
I
homeless. I
put
didn't
Chris
kill a homeless man.
Colombo. I put Chris Colombo in the same category as Ramondi. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, Ramondi and Chris Colombo could sit down together. How about that? I'm serious. That's what I think of him. Yeah, it's a rap move. Listen, Chris Colombo's father got shot because he was doing rap moves. So let's talk about that. Okay, Chris Colombo's father got shot. Okay, because the commission approved him killing because he's talking on a fucking speakerphone. Does he ever talk about that? That they
No.
approved to kill his father. You know
Italian night
that, right?
demonstration downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah, he
made a
got
lot
shot
of
up
money
because
with that.
he was talking like Joe Bonanno, same thing, writing books. They're all the same. It's all the same shit. It's all rap
Yeah.
shit. Like, that's
Do as
according
I
to the
say,
culture
don't
knows.
do as I do.
Shout out to
That's
all
how they roll.
600 people in the chat. Please like, share, and definitely hit the subscribe button. It's free. Support the channel. We got Dom from the Mafia Roundtable and Big Gene Borello here.
Do you think if John Gotti was alive today, they would be on podcast, all of them?
Hell no.
You think they would have
If
been
this was
growing
the
up Gotti?
if this was the night, listen. If this was the 90s, we wouldn't be on podcasts.
No, that's
I'll
what
be
I'm
honest
saying.
with you.
Never mind them that they claim they're keeping it real, but it's 302s all over the internet. Joey
That's another
Morello
thing I
posts
wanted to
something.
ask Gene. How do you, I seen you posted something earlier today about the whole John Gotti Jr. snitching and all that mess. Elaborate on some of that in your words.
I know he's no good. I remember I'm from their neighborhood. It's different. Like Don was a skipper out of the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Banana guy. He knows his area. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell him nothing about the Bronx. I can't tell him nothing about the Bronx. I might know them, but I can't tell them about it. I am from that neighborhood. I grew up with that family. I remember sitting down with higher ups in a table. John Jr. is no good. No one's allowed to talk to him no more. He's officially on the shelf. He only didn't get killed because of his father. Nicky Carrazzo put that word out. Okay? That's the word that Nicky Carrazzo put out. All right? That's like royalty from the Gambino family. So I know when he was labeled no good. And that was in the mid-2000s. Okay?
Do you
He's
think
no
that
good no more.
do you think that if Gotti Sr. was alive and he's seen that his son cooperated and he held that title of the boss still, he would have taken him out for it?
John, you don't know. He
I don't
loved the
think John
life.
Jr.
You don't know.
John Jr. never does that if his father's alive. I don't believe he ever does it.
But
I don't believe his
didn't he
father's out.
go? What was the
If he's out, he's never
documentary
pulling those
about?
moves. He's never pulling those moves if his dad's not in prison. He pulled it when his dad was when he's in prison, he had life and all that time. If his father's in the street, that's not going down. There's no way.
So why don't his tough ass uncle Jeannie do something then?
Good point,
Yeah, I mean,
Dom.
Gene, I mean, honestly,
Doesn't matter.
I don't
He's
know.
part of the
Gene,
life. Cosa Nostra. That's the family name. Did 40 years for the family. You gonna let his rat nephew
hey, you
stay
got a
out?
lot of haters in your comments, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's
Brooklyn, you
okay.
gotta
I'm
clean up
used
your
to it.
comments, Brooklyn. You got a lot of bad comments in
More
here, man.
haters are better. Bring
You
them
know,
on.
Yeah,
let
I'm
me
just
Say
tell
really
it, bring it.
surprised.
let me tell you something, Gene. We've been getting this for the past 2 weeks that
love
we've
it.
been
I
on, but you
love
know
it.
what? We're grateful. We're
Wow.
moving in the right direction.
Yeah, but what you could do, block the haters.
You
Don't do
block
Block
them
that.
out
the
and you clean
haters
them out because
because
these guys
that'll
are
take
pathetic.
away
They're
from the
trying to mess
people
up your
that want to
channel.
watch the show.
They're gonna mess up
Yeah.
your channel, bro. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you gotta clean it up.
Okay,
They're gonna
Steve,
mess
you
your
got
channel
that?
up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for
Yeah.
sure. We
They're
appreciate
gonna mess
that.
your channel up. There's no, yeah, one second. Let me put the charger in. Hold on.
Yeah, I could tell you right now, Enrico's one of them. Block him. You'll see.
These guys' lives suck. They
You
live
get
in
the
their
one,
grandma's
yeah.
basement, bro. You gotta understand. Most of them live in their grandma's basement. Their girlfriend's 500 pounds. You know, you gotta
You
understand their
know who'll
lives
be a
suck.
good
It's like,
mod for you?
Enrico's
CJ.
blocked.
CJ will be a good mod for you. Moderator.
most, you gotta understand these guys. Yeah, these guys' lives. Their
Well,
lives
like
are
I
just
said,
terrible.
guys, as you guys know, we're pretty new to this. It's trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to keep in tune with the live. We're gonna have things getting better. We're gonna be looking for mods and making sure we have people control that. But in order to start somewhere, you have to start at zero.
Yeah, no, but we're here to help.
And we
And I got
appreciate that.
like about 4 major guys that's called me and contacted me and said, Jimmy, whenever you want, we'll come on. And
Good.
2 of them never been on platform, been begged. He said, "What's going on? I'll set the record straight." What I'm saying.
Right.
And I'm trying to my agent. I'm pretty close with him, George. He's been watching it, loves it. And then another guy got hold of me the other day. He was an ex-prosecutor.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he went to a retirement with the FBI agents. You
Right.
would have talked to the time. They loved you, had a ball with you, laughed with you. They treated me better than half the wise guys out there, Don.
Guys,
Bro,
remember,
it's funny
Dom
because
and
half the
Gene
guys
and
that run their mouths have nothing to do with the life or was ever even in the life. That's why I laugh. It's just guys that were like sideline guys cheering for us when we were running around the street, and these are the guys that are speaking. It's insane to me. It's almost comical. You know what I mean?
We used to call them telephone tough guys, but now it's
Oh my
this
God.
tough guy. I had a
It's
couple.
just
I invited him on the
insane.
show. I said, "Say it to
Yeah,
me."
I'm turning Gene, just turn it off. Go into private chat. You don't have
It's
to
just
look
funny.
at it. So
he's definitely blocked. I believe we blocked the pizza guy. He's gone. Oh my
Did you ever
God.
see that guy? A picture of him? Who the hell's gonna eat that pizza with that dirty fuzzball? Ash is falling down his
Oh, which
chest.
one?
He should be called
Who's
Tony
this?
Tony
Stewart.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Filmed
Who's
something
this?
out of his car. It looked like
He terrorizes
he
us.
looked like he was geeked up on something.
Oh, he's a fucking.
Ash is
These
falling
guys.
down his chest. I could never eat this pizza place.
I mean,
No.
how do you guys deal with that? How do you guys deal with all the negativity that you get? I know Gene, forget it. He's the most hated. How do you deal with it, Gene?
Gene.
Well, you see, the thing with me, I get them really mad because I talk about like their mothers and shit, like their sisters. You know, I just say the most gruesome things to them. They can't handle it. Yeah, I terrorize them. You don't understand because most of them, what I'm saying is true. Like I'll go to their profile pic and they'll be like, "Oh, you're this and that," and their girlfriend's like the size of a linebacker, or like they're fucking, or like just like monsters. Fucking, they're just like monsters. So I just, I'm brutal with that. So I just don't stop. Once I get someone, I'm relentless. You know what I'm saying?
When you're in
So-
his radar, it's over.
Yeah, don't be in Gene's radar.
That's
Actually,
it. Once
don't
you
be
get on
in
my
Dom's
radar,
radar either.
this guy-
Dom got that short fuse.
I mean,
He don't be in his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a grumpy
Listen,
old
me
man.
and him together. Me and him together
Don't
was
say
the
that
perfect
because I'm
combo
your
because
age.
we're from the same family. We're from different areas, but the same family, and we both wild guys, and if we fit so perfect, and our stories are all legit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't poke holes in us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was like almost the Johnny and Gene show. The guys that when we started the mob genre, Johnny A. Light was a lunatic from my area. Me and him were perfect fit. Different age groups. You see, Dom's older than me. I'm younger. So we got different stories, different generations. So it's the perfect fit. Now it's even better because we're from the same family. We're from the same family. You know what I'm saying? So the internet's going crazy over it. You know
And
what I
you're
mean?
No,
getting
dude,
both
I
age
remember you, man,
range.
from your first interview with Vlad, man. Complete 360.
Yeah.
Complete 360. And one thing I must say about the roundtable, Mafia Roundtable, man, you, Dom, and Joe, all three of you guys have three complete different personalities,
Right.
three complete different stories, but you all blend together. And that's what makes it a great show. It makes everything perfect, because you got you that you can go from 0 to 1,000,000. You have Dom that he goes from 0 to 3,000,000, and then you have Big Joe that he's just on the couch calming both of you guys
Oh yeah,
down.
Yeah,
he's
he's
calm as a
hysterical.
cucumber.
Joe,
Joe's gonna live to be
Grandpa Joe, we call
110.
him.
Shout out to Joe Barone, man. We wish you was on here. We really appreciate you.
Joe's
Actually, we
sleeping.
reached out to him. We want to say it live. We reached out to him to jump on his podcast. I think he has one, correct?
Yeah, I've been on his show before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I've been
Joe,
on
have
his show.
Jimmy on if you would like. He would love to go on and support and show love. We appreciate that. Guys, we've been on for about an hour, 59 seconds. Please, 640 people in the chat. Everyone hit the subscribe. It's free. We appreciate Mafia Roundtable for coming on. Thank you so much. I guess Dan is not showing up, Dom.
No, I see that. So
Are you surprised?
You want to give him an outro? He's not showing
I
up
don't
for
have
you.
to listen. I feel bad for Gene. It's like he says, he's put in the middle, but I shouldn't have to be somebody. I've given somebody a chance on a platform that I've built to come on to talk. Even with my audience, they did not like this guy, and I still went against their wishes, had him on. Got salty, and here's what he told me directly. Because when he was in Europe, he wanted me to put him on to show the Eiffel Tower, wanted me to put him on to show the lake in Italy. I didn't put him on. I'm not going to be dictated on my channel with somebody I don't know. Now, if Gene said, Dom, do this, it's done. You guys said, Dom, do this, it's done. I don't know Dan. And what I've heard about Dan, he backstabs everybody. He doesn't get his way. He backstabs you, come out and lie. So I purposely didn't put him on. And then because I didn't answer his phone call, his specific words, and there was somebody else on that call where he said, why didn't you answer my call? I said, I didn't know we were friends, and I don't have to answer your call. Well, you're going to see what I'm going to do to you. I hung up the phone after that. So I did not start anything, but I'm damn sure I'm not going to continue anymore with him. I'm done. I said my piece. I told him to come on your show tonight. He doesn't have the balls. So I'm done, because he's the type of guy, if I say this much wrong that might be looked at as a threat, he'll call the cops like he did on Lindsay Lohan's father.
Michael? I know
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, he called the
I
cops.
did time
He
with
filed a
Michael.
police report on him. So imagine what he'll do on me. So you know what? In my book, he's if he saw me on the street, he'd probably call the cops and say I looked at him wrong. But I'm done with him. I'm not going to give him any more attention. He could keep on with his antics, and one day he's going to come across the wrong person, and shame on him. Shame on him.
It happens.
It's
We
gonna
all
happen.
catch a beating once in a while. It's
It's
part of
going to
business.
happen. It's going to happen with his attitude, the way he acts, the way he conducts himself. He thinks he's somebody he's not. And anybody
Who
could
was
be
he
who they
around?
want on the internet.
Was he around you guys?
Who?
The Terminator. What's his
Around
name?
us.
Yeah, who was he around? I don't know.
Is he a part of the life,
Gene's laughing.
or
Gene, what would have if he was around me? How long would he have lasted, Gene?
God.
How long would he have lasted? 5
So,
shots?
where
Oh
did
my
he
God.
come from?
I don't know. That's Joey Molino's boy. That's where he came from.
Oh, I didn't know.
He's from Philly. Joey Molino. That's another garbage can Joey brought into the loop.
Joey is the biggest. To me, Joey's the biggest douchebag of them all.
Yeah, by far. Well, he gravitates. He's in a circle of douchebags.
is it true that he's going to be doing a show a TV show coming out?
Yeah, reality show where he can't talk about nothing. Nobody wants to see him for him. They want to see him talk about his shit, and he can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point of having him on a show when he can't talk? He can't speak.
Yeah, he'll say there's no mafia.
Oh, mafia! What are you talking about? Let's talk about the rats. He has nothing. He can't
you
say
know what
anything. You know,
confuses me?
it's no
And I'm
point in
not
him
gonna
coming
go
on a
about it,
show.
but
He can't
Chris
say anything.
sat with a couple of guys, certified rats, and you probably know who they were, to question them. How could you do it and this and that? So that. Then after that, he sat with Joey Molino. So Joey Molino says, anybody sits with rats, I won't sit with them. But he sat with Chris Colombo.
Yeah.
So what is it? Name our game?
Guys, I have to start running.
Yeah.
Dom, we
Thank
appreciate
you
you,
for
brother.
having me. It's a
Thank
pleasure.
Thank you for coming on, Don. You brought a lot of people.
I'll be back. No, Gene
Thank
brought
you.
me. I
Same
like
here. When
seeing
you
Gene.
want me, call me.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys.
We
Take care.
appreciate
Thank
you, Dom.
All right.
Brooklyn, you want to answer some questions? We'll do some questions real quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate on Gene. That's what it is.
Gene loves it though. You don't understand. That's a high for Gene.
It is.
He gets off on that.
Yeah.
He
I love
don't
it.
get in his radar.
Listen, we have fun with this.
I love when he comes out. He goes, "All right."
I got a
you on my
question for
radar."
both of you guys. At this point, what New York family is the most powerful?
It would be Genovese, but I mean, like, as far as like violent wise, I mean, it's all gone. You know, the violence is eliminated from the family, but the most structured and probably best ran is the Genovese family. You know, definitely.
Powerhouse crew.
Yeah.
I say the same. I say the Genovese would be the most powerful for sure. Definitely.
They are. But as far as the most wild and violent, the last wild family was the Bonanno family. When we were just out there, I mean, from 2000 and the last families that were killing was really the Bonanno family. Nobody else was killing anymore.
You knew the
If you really-
Giannini crews? You knew
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Giannini crew?
They killed my cousin.
Fabio and all them.
They killed my cousin. I'm saying, but listen, you have to understand, the last killing family was really the Bonanno family. It was always in the 2000s. The only family that was killing was the Bonanno family. That's it. The other families weren't doing shit. That's if you look at all the murders, it's all Bonanno. That's all it is. I can name you the murders. You know what I mean? We still have a wise guy that was killed that's unsolved. Little Anthony, I was killed in Staten Island at a bus stop. He was killed in 2009. Sal the Iron Worker was killed in 2011. Before that was Dom Cicali and the Bronx guys killing everybody in the early 2000s. It was literally all Bonanno guys getting killed. We were sent to kill someone in 2006 and then in 2011. So, like, the Bonanno family, if you look at the other families, they got no work. In the 90s, yeah, they were all doing that. In the 2000s, it was just really the Bonanno family doing anything that was on the radar. You know what I mean?
That's correct.
Yeah,
that
if
is
you look
definitely
at it,
correct.
you could go through the murders. Listen, there's only a handful of murders in the 2000s, and they're all Bonanno. Except for one. It was Mikey Meldish. They killed him. That was it. Lucchese's. That was it. That was it.
No.
Nothing else.
They hung up the rock. They even say they're going to make them not dress flashy no more, low-key cars. The feds, you put that out there, you don't think the feds know it? They got eight out of 10 guys as CIs.
But before me, Jimmy, who was the worst in your era? Which family out of the five?
I mean, the Colombos, I'm doing a show with Larry Mazza. And during that time, the Colombo War, I drove a guy around, Joe Smash.
They were crazy.
I mean, we packed pistols.
They were bad, bro. That Colombo family in the 90s was out of control, bro. It was like a street
Joe
gang.
Smash everywhere. And Rudy, my captain's like, and Joe Smash, a Colombo guy, and I'm not. But he grew up, him and Rudy are like this. He said, go with Joe here, go with Joe there. Meanwhile, they're all trying to whack Joe. Joe was put in a bad spot. Joe was originally with Junior, Carmine Persico. He transferred over to the other side of the fraction. After the war went on, they told him, you don't come back, we're going to kill you. Billy told him, you leave me, we'll kill you. I love Wild Bill. He would have been the best. Billy Jr., I talked to him the other day. He told me,
shout out to Wild Bill Jr.
Listen,
he told me tell you hello.
I have to say,
better.
My friends killed Wild Bill. You know what I mean? I know the guys that shot him. You know
I
what I
know
mean?
them all, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hold on, I want to address one thing here. Jimmy, you need to get back to Gunsmoke. Yeah, we already reached out to him. I'm going to address it. We reached out to him through email. Tell him to send us an offer. We'll be on and we'll sit with anyone at any table. I just wanted to address that live
Why
because
did he come on? I
this guy is
welcomed
a
everybody
troll.
on. Why did he come on? I got to go to his? You want something from me, you come here.
Shout out to Bobby. Only one made member ever testified against the Chicago mob.
What era are you talking about? Because there was only like 10 guys in the whole
I was
family.
going to say, they couldn't get a good
Like
checker game going.
nobody there. They were
Yeah.
smaller than the Philly mob. If you talk about in the 60s, then yeah, 50s, I mean, they were huge.
Al
But
Capone days.
yeah, I mean, now they were nothing. There's like 10 guys. They're
A
smaller
lot
than
of
Philly,
people,
Philadelphia.
Gene, don't
Yeah.
know. They answer to New York.
Yeah,
Everybody
they all
answers
do.
to New York.
This guy said one main member, like there was like a big family. It was like 10 people.
Yeah.
I think it was like what, 11 in
It
total?
was not a lot. Like small.
I tell you, these people are just crazy.
They're
These
lost.
people
They
are
read
just
books, bro.
insane.
They don't understand. These guys are just reading books. You know, they don't understand. You know, they listen to things. They
They
don't
watch
know.
movies. They hear this. Hear. You
They'll
know, the
think a
funny
guy like
part is they all
Ramandi.
say,
They'll think like a Ramandi guy is real. They don't have no idea. They'll sit and listen to him and think like he was something in the street. This guy's a complete buffoon, fake. You know?
Yeah, we actually had a message and a phone call from somebody claiming they was him, telling us if if they wanted Jimmy to hire him to do some work, they were gonna give him like 20,000 to go back on Vlad. It's just insane the messages you get. But let's answer this one question. NYC, what part of New Jersey did Jimmy Easy operate out of?
okay, there was two part of Jersey fraction in the Cavalcantes. You got your Brooklyn fraction. That was Rudy Ferrone, which we just got a clip from one of the FBI agents talking about how the fraction was split. Seamus, he was one of the head FBI agents that brought down Anthony Capel, Flip, and he made a domino effect on the Hollywood Wade show. And he talked about it. Hollywood Wade said, Jimmy brought up some points, and he said they were valid points, but there was a couple other things D'Amato did to get killed. And I was with the Brooklyn fraction. The Jersey fraction, they were all one if they had to be, but they operated separately.
Did you guys ever meet Barry from Coney Island? Shout out to Nissan Ruff.
Who?
Barry from Coney Island.
Barry's last name or nickname?
I definitely heard of Barry before. I used to work for a collision shop out in Coney Island, and he's definitely one of the big dogs out there for sure.
I'm sure he is,
I-
but I've been away 25 years from the life.
Let me
Right.
tell you a situation that happened with this Barry guy. I've never met him personally, but I did have a situation where I towed somebody's vehicle from a parking lot. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's a gentleman by the name of Ambrosio. He works out in Coney Island. He owns a shop out there. I used to work for him. And there was a situation where we towed this gentleman's car. He was this big juice head Italian guy. I don't know his name personally. And he was going on and on and on and on about, giving him his car back. And if you don't give it back, I'm going to come and beat you guys down, so on and so forth. So happened to be, he came to the yard. He met with Ambrosio, and I guess he must have not known who Ambrosio was. So he called his Barry guy. And when Barry came and let him know, hey, listen, you're going to apologize to him because you don't even know who the hell you're speaking to. And he basically made him apologize. And then after he apologized, he smacked the brakes off of this man. And the man didn't do anything at all. So he must be somebody.
Yeah. If you know the guy's a made guy, you can't hit him back. It was like a story Gene was saying with Vinny and Sarah. If the guy didn't know he was a good fellow, unless the guy
He's still
beat you
gonna get a
that
beat.
bad.
He's still gonna get a beating if you put your hands on him. You don't know, but if he knows and he does embarrassing him, the right wise guy, the right skipper, you're dead. They're gonna get you killed. You know what I mean?
And Vinny and Sarah, I'm surprised he didn't tell you to kill him.
Well, he wanted me to kill him. They had to talk him out of it. I ended up beating him with a billy club in front of everybody.
He was a real gangster, Vinny.
He was a psychopath. Yeah, he was a fucking raging nut job. Yeah.
But that's what makes the mob. That's why I say they take
Yeah.
the fear factor away. They got Ugats.
How do you feel about the mob of today? I mean, I seen this whole, what was that, John Gotti's nephew or grandson that got arrested for some tax situation? How do you feel about the mob today in general?
I don't think it was for taxes. I think it was something to do with COVID. He was stealing money from it allegedly, and
Like a PPP loan?
yeah, and he was taking some kind of loans to help, and supposedly he wasn't. I don't know. And then he got locked up for something else afterwards, right before he was ready to turn himself in, and they still didn't make him turn himself in, which that was me. My God, they would have been at my house, but it is what it is.
This is the message we got. Barry is the skipper of the Coney Island Genovese crew. I knew he was somebody.
Yeah, but there's not even a Brooklyn. There's not really a Brooklyn crew of the Genovese, but I guess whatever. I never heard of them having a crew in Brooklyn. I mean,
In 2000 they did. They had on
Yeah.
23rd Street Johnny Gagliotti, the Genovese guy, Alan Longo, big Alan Longo. He was down on Carroll Street. He had a club. No, you had Genovese guys there, but not
you
as
had
many.
them. I
Like
just didn't know they had like a whole clique the whole thing out there.
no,
Usually
it
they're in like
wasn't
the
like
Bronx.
Howard Beach had a main Bonanno Gambinos. No,
That's all it was. Ozone
Yeah.
Park, Howard Beach was just flooded of Bonanno
exactly.
Gambinos.
That's why when people ask me,
Well, that's
why'd
why
you
I
move to
say
Brooklyn?
That's why I say when you have a guy like John Panisi comes on and says he was straight out to Lucchese's from Howard Beach, I'm just like, were you related to Vic Musso? No. How'd you end up with them? It means that you basically got chased from the Gambinos, let's call it what it was, and you went to a different family, whoever took you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to start off in Ozone Park, Howard Beach, and be a Genovese guy. It's just not reality. It don't happen. Unless
That
you're
was
related to
John's
someone.
problem with me.
Yeah, unless you're related to someone, unless you're around, like you got lucky being around them guys. Lucchese's is mostly Bronx, Staten Island, Jersey. That's that side. Brooklyn, Queens was all Colombo, strictly Brooklyn, and then Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Queens was
Yeah.
Bonanno Gambino. That's what it was. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you went was Bonanno Gambino over there, or just strictly Colombos in Brooklyn. That's
Yeah.
it. Genovese and Lucchese's, we call them the cousins. They were cousins. They shared their whole thing on the other side, and then Colombos were their own world, and then Bonanno's Gambinos were like cousins. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
Yeah. Because after the Colombo War, they got weak. They did.
Yeah.
Between the guys that flipped, at least 10 guys got clipped. It
Gene,
weakened the whole family.
the one thing I wanted to ask you, I remember when we first, when Jimmy first came on your show and he was getting bashed, and you know how that went down. What gave you the perspective that, you know what, this man is genuine, this man is everything he's saying, the way you said it was the way his story is just flowing, it just seems natural. Explain that, because you was one of the very first people to even, I wouldn't say believe it, because there was nothing to lie on, but what made you feel that, you know what, this man is he's being real?
Oh, I could tell right away once you talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You could tell right away when someone knows the life or doesn't or really was around. You know right away. Especially I've born around it my whole life. I know people. My whole life. You can't tell me nothing about that life. I don't care what rank I was. I know it like a dictionary, and you could just know when you talk to someone when they're full of it or if they know what the fuck they're talking about. And just speaking with him, I knew right off the muscle that he was legit. And
Facts.
he was, and I told everybody he definitely is. I could just tell by speaking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Shout out
And
to
not only
Steph
that,
with this one. Go ahead, Jim.
Proctor found a clipping. John Gotti Jr. claimed he didn't know me. But then he got charged with conspiracy to murder Jimmy Easy. But you didn't know me. You go around killing people you don't know?
It's all comical, bro. Listen, this is
Proctor posted it. He said, this is a joke.
It's like they can see it. They can see it in front of them.
Jerry Capizzi. That's how old I am. 2004. Jerry Capizzi wrote an article about me. I didn't know it. He found it. It said we were at war, me and Junior, over bookmaking, loan sharking it. So what are they going to tell me next? Jerry Capizzi, I got to him and he backdated it.
Yeah.
They're sick.
I think
Listen,
what the issue with that was, Jim.
let me tell you
Go
is
ahead,
also,
Gene. Go ahead.
look, let me tell you the problem that you ran into. The problem that you ran into is that James
book.
Proctor works. No, James Proctor works for the Gaudis. So whenever you bring up anything with the Gaudis, bashing them, they then send this Hills Have Eyes mutant out after people, and that's what his job is. You know what I'm saying? His job is to go out there and work. He works for them. He will never. If you notice, when Carmine Agnello beat up his girlfriend and got all this stuff, he refused to do a story on them. He wouldn't even bring it up. It's not allowed because he works for them. Angel Gotti is his boss. That's who he works for. No matter what you tell
Really?
me, I know that. So you ran into a brick wall when you brought up the John Jr. story. As soon as you brought his name up, they all came after you. That's it. If you wouldn't have said anything about the Gottis, you would have been good, legit, everything. Once you said something about him, they tried to make you look uncredible because that's what that delusional, pathetic family does. Because they're rats, they're no good, they're mutts. They just don't want nobody to call them out on it. And when you do, they send this retard they got after you. And that's what happens. That's the truth.
But
You know,
he
that's what it
did
is.
go on and recant. He said everything Jimmy said, I found.
Well, he had
Yeah.
to because I kept calling him out, going, I wouldn't stop. Once I kept saying, all this guy does is work for these people, and all this guy does is just listen to what they have to say. I said, how is this guy in Woodsack if he wasn't part of the mob? He had to testify against somebody. I'm not a retard. Okay, how do you get in there? You can't just, you can't just go
Exactly.
in.
That's not a
There's-
unit
there's-
you get in.
There's ways to get
Gene,
into those
let me ask you a
things.
question.
Yeah,
If I didn't have bodies, would I have to do 5 years with all
No.
I got and the people I
no.
know?
You walk out the door. Probation. You don't even go to jail. I know how it really works. You know how it
So,
really works.
that's what
I
I'm
had,
saying. These young jerk offs
yeah,
gotta wake the
listen.
fuck up, realize I'm 25 years I left the life.
Well,
I
let
don't
me,
know you, Gene.
Jim,
because
let me say one thing regarding that. Just to address it. The acting boss of the Del Cavalcante family, Vinny Palermo, got less time than Jimmy Easy. Okay? The
Don't
How
bring it
about
on
this?
now.
acting boss
How
got
about
less
this?
time than Jimmy Easy.
How about
He
this?
brought
I'll
me
bug you
in.
out.
Before him.
How about this? I'm gonna bug these all out. On my indictment, right? I was the last guy to cooperate. I didn't want to go bad. I sat out for 20 months, right? Do you know I did more time than most of my co-defendants, and I went bad? That's how much stuff I had. I had so much going on in such a bad history that there's probably only 2 co-defendants of mine that got more time than I did, and I went bad. Think about that.
Yeah.
I still had to do 6 years and change because I had so much going on, and I got lucky getting that, where I had a persistent violent predicate felon. I pled guilty to 1,000 violent crimes. I had a state, Florida, and federal conspiracy going. And when I went bad, I still had to sit in there for over 6 years and then get time served. And most of my co-defendants didn't even get that. The only ones that got more than me was 2 people out of 21 of them. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was the real bad guy in the case. If it wasn't for me telling on Vinny and Ronnie, they want me to die in jail. I'm the problem. I was just taking orders from them. Without them being on the case, I don't see the street ever again. You get what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I was the bad guy, for that whole area. And the reason why I got a chance is because I worked for 2 powerhouses. Other than that, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. I got 11 home invasions. I got dozens of armed robberies. I got over 20 shootings. I got caught. There's just an overwhelming amount of crime where it's like, but I did it for higher ups. You know what I'm saying? That was my out. Other than that, there's no out for me. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying?
would have
It's
died
just
in prison.
Yeah.
gone. Florida wanted to hang me. Yeah.
Can both of
Gene,
you
I
guys
was shocked when they
collectively hold
took
on
me.
1 second, Jim? Can both of you guys collectively explain to the audience the procedure when it comes down to sealed documents?
Yeah, I can. But they will be unsealed after 5 years. Usually they become unsealed. You know what I mean? So like when your stuff is sealed at first, when you come out, I think my federal stuff shows up now, but it didn't at first. So when you first get sentenced, and if you don't go into the program, I believe it becomes unsealed after 5 years. If you go into the program, it might not ever become unsealed. I don't know those rules. I know, but if you don't go into the program, you just go out like I did. After 5 years, you can see your federal, your federal stuff that you pled guilty to.
Okay.
So
You know why they seal it too, Gene? Because if somebody wants to appeal a case and they see your paperwork, they know how to appeal the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
right,
see your hand playing cards. You see everything they got. You
right,
could appeal a case easier because you know which way to come at them.
right.
So that's why the prosecutors, they don't want you to keep paperwork even in your locker because you get guys in Woodstock like Teddy, not knocking a guy doing life, the Chicken Man.
Yeah.
Those guys doing life, they would love to get on any case. So they tell you, don't leave nothing written down, no
Right.
paperwork. And
Teddy
when I
got
left the
screwed though.
unit, they wouldn't even let me take pictures because behind the picture showed a Brooklyn pizzeria. With me and my son.
Teddy got screwed though, man. Teddy got screwed over.
Yeah, yeah.
They
He didn't
screwed him,
deserve it.
man. He got life and he did all. Yeah, that sucks, you know.
I was in a
Shout
fair
out to Teddy, man. I hear he's
Yeah.
a great guy. Shout out
I
to
was with
him.
him for years, every day. Yeah,
He
he
was a
got a raw deal.
smoker.
He's been in jail 46 years, 45 years.
Unicorn
Yeah.
still.
No, they took that out, but he's the one that put the bomb under the Chicken Man's house.
Oh
He's the
yeah,
one
he
that put
put
it there.
nails in there.
A nail
He was
bomb.
telling me
Yeah.
when he made it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's
Let's
a,
take
he's a,
this
he's,
question
he's a
from
little
Steph.
wacky.
Jimmy Easy, which jobs did you make the most coin, and who did you feel were good earners in your crew?
Rudy was what great earner. I was Joey Carr. He was another guy. Rudy's brother-in-law. Big Sherlock business. We were big into Sherlock mostly, but I loved my bookmaking business and my football sheets and my joker pokers. In the Brooklyn fraction, you had Corky Ristorta. That's the guy they originally wanted instead of Diamato. And that's what we're going to talk about with the agent when he comes on. You know, about the way they murdered him. But I would say Rudy was probably the biggest loan shark in Brooklyn. No, not Nicky. Lenny came to me with the guy Sonny Bamboo from the Bamboo Lounge from the Goodfellas. He brought him over to us to borrow money. I mean, but they had a ton of money. But sometimes you lend your good friend money, it's bad. So you bring them
Yeah.
to another guy, and then you do the
100%.
same for me. Good guy, bad guy, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. That was my bread and butter, loans and sports. That's all I did. So, you know, I was around one of the biggest Shylocks for my era, probably one of the biggest. You know, Ronnie G had 3 million in
Yeah.
the street.
Yeah.
And you know, that's, you know, he was collecting over
I heard he was
30,000 a
very
week.
greedy. I don't know him.
Oh God, the worst with money. But you know, he had tons of it. And you know, you didn't want to be responsible with that money because you were liable. I got the money at a point. I had over 200,000 in the street, but you're responsible for every fucking dollar. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
got to turn in 20-some hundred a week. You don't give a fuck who don't pay you. You got to turn it in. You know what I'm saying? That's what sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with the sports money, half sheets are golden if you're a tough kid and you could collect your money. Because now you sign yourself up. Let me tell you, Brooklyn, you sign yourself up for a half sheet. Let me tell you how fucked up that could be. If that sheet loses $80,000, okay, you got to turn in $40,000. Now, let's say you're in the red for fucking 50 grand.
Yeah.
Or you're in the red, you don't make no money. You got to turn in the whole 80. If people don't pay, guess what? That's on you.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear about who didn't pay. You ever see that Goodfellas movie, Fuck You, Pay Me? That's really what it is. They don't want to hear it. It's the truth. I hate to say it. It's the truth. It's like you have obligations. Okay, I'm giving you this chance to make all this free money and this loan money, but this day, this got to be here. They don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So when you're that guy collecting it, and I had a sheet that was losing a lot of money, a lot of my guys paid, but if they didn't, and I know it had to be that Peter pays Paul, and then whatever this guy lost 5, this guy won 5.
Yeah.
You make him pay him. You know, you divvied up, and then whatever's left, you get your half, he gets his. But let me tell you something. They're getting his first before you get yours. So if guys are waiting to pay, you make sure the office gets his, and then you get yours if it got to take a couple days later or whatever. It sucks. It was a lot of stress. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people you like that bet with you. You know, it's a whole nightmare, bro. It becomes people's houses are being fucking remortgaged. You're beating this one up. You're knocking at doors. It was a real fucked up situation a lot of times with these people, you know?
Yeah.
Gene, how do
It's
you feel
hard to
about your
deal.
buddy A-Light, man? How do you feel about his situation and what he got going on? Without getting into
No, I can tell you the
specifics.
truth. He's fucked. You know what I mean? It sucks. You know, he's fucked. There's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he's on conversations, what I'm hearing and recordings, you know, you can't beat wiretaps. You know, it just doesn't work like that. He's going to have to take a plea. Obviously, he goes to trial to give him a huge time. So he's going to end up, you know, he's remanded for a reason. That's all I can tell you, Brooklyn. When you get remanded 9 out of 10 times, it's because they know you're doing time. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been out on bail for 16 months. Everyone knows I'm not supposed to be in jail. This is just a sucky situation. I got caught up in some it's a stupid situation. I didn't commit RICO acts. My situation can't happen to anybody. But I'm saying is like, when you're caught up in situations like that and you get remanded, it's because they know you're doing time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're looking at 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in there for a while, and I think he knows that.
I think he's
Johnny,
going to get about 5 or 6 years, and he'll be home. Yeah.
easy,
And
yeah,
he's
easy.
63. I talked to him the day before. We talked about doing a quick little show,
He'll
because he
be
was down in
64.
Knoxville.
He'll be 64 in September. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Free A
And
life.
he'll probably
Yeah,
be
I'm
out
very
before he's
close to them.
70.
Very
68,
close to Johnny.
69.
I mean, do
There
you
was no
feel?
gun.
ahead,
Nobody
Jim.
got hurt. You know, one of the things he said, don't let me go back to being the old me. I mean, how bad is Put an ankle bracelet on the kid. Put him in the house.
Listen,
He's
I
got
did
a
the
heart
same thing.
condition.
I'll tell you what. I did the same thing. I came home as a cooperator, and I got into an altercation with someone, but they had me on recording saying, "Don't forget what I used to do. I'll blow your husband's head off." And they made a big deal about it. They remanded me. I almost got 5 years in prison. My prosecutor saved me, Lindsay Gertis. They love me. I was a big for my time. Remember, my boss just walked off the Latanza case, the biggest upset in the Eastern District history. It was one of the biggest upsets in court history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was in world news. It had more media attention than any mob case ever in the history of organized crime. You know what I'm saying? So think about being found not guilty, and then I come behind it and then revive the building. So they had a soft spot for me. So I had threatened to kill someone. I went to their house, banged on the door, and they still put me in jail, 4 months in jail, 6 months house arrest, restarted my probation, and that was like a favor. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all I said was, "Don't forget about what I used to do. I'll blow your husband's head off." That's all I said. It was bad.
Yeah.
And they put me in the newspaper, this big in page 3 next to Donald Trump, made a mockery of me. It was bad. And I could tell you that they don't play when it comes to stuff like that, especially when they give us a second chance in life. That's the problem. When they say, "Listen, you're supposed to die in prison, motherfucker. You're going to come out
That's
here.
right.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to be coming home when you're 75 or never coming home." You know what I'm saying? And you want to do this shit, and that's when they pump your brakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
And
Sammy, they gave Sammy 20 years. You
If-
know as well as me, if he didn't beat those 19 murders with 5 years,
fifth grade.
that
And
was
that's
their way. That was the cigar.
and it wasn't even an ecstasy ring. It was bullshit.
20 years?
It was bullshit. He didn't
They
deserve 20
brought
years.
him into MCC. He was selling with me.
Yeah.
He got mad at me, Gene. He got mad at me in the unit.
Why?
Because they both, how they show the picture. You want to be with him? Yes, have you? No hash. I like it. Skid chicken. And he's in the, and he's going, Bo, that fucking John, what he did to that fucking, I don't believe in that. You
Yeah.
did it. Because John opened his mouth and got caught on a tape. He didn't intentionally do it. You did. Yeah, but Bo, he didn't keep his mouth shut. You're not supposed to talk about murder. I said, Sammy, why didn't you kill him? Right?
We got an echo
You
coming
know what he
from
said to
somewhere.
me?
Is there TV on or
He's a
something?
boss.
No?
No.
Any TV on by you, Jim? Got an echo coming.
Mm-mm.
Don't know where that's coming from.
So when he said he's a boss, I said, but you killed Paul Castellano. He
Right.
didn't talk to me the rest of the day. Got in the room, slammed the door. I mean, am I right or wrong? What's the difference killing Paul or John? If John's bringing heat to you, give it to him,
Yeah.
just like John did. Follow the domino effect.
He was too scared of John's crew. They were too scared of
Yeah.
John's guys. John had the worst team there was.
He had the
Listen,
Caniglias.
they were waiting for Neil Delacroix to die as soon as he did Paul. If Neil Delacroix would have died 2 years before that, Paul would have got killed 2 years
He
before
got
that.
killed then.
The respect was Neil. Without
But
Neil,
what-
Paul was going because he's
I-
a businessman. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want him in. So
I think what
without
rushed
him,
his death, when Gene and them got pinched for the heroin or whatever, he demanded to see the paperwork. And John wouldn't give it up for nothing. And he heard a white time.
come on, Tommy Vellotti, the underboss. Get the fuck out of here. No one's respecting that. You think they're respecting this guy stay underboss? There, John was waiting for his. Neil was begging him, "You don't kill a boss." That's all they kept telling him.
He had to stop him.
No. You know what I'm saying? If Neil, like I said, if Neil would have died in 1980, Paul was dead in 1980. You know what I'm saying? That's just what
But
it was.
Hey, Gene, wasn't there another situation where a lot of the soldiers were getting mad because all the money they were kicking up and they
Oh,
found
he's a
out he went and
greedy-
did some penile surgery or something?
Greedy fuck.
Okay.
Big greedy all-time guy. But listen,
Let me answer this
where
question.
he messed up, I'm gonna tell you where Paul messed up. He should have never killed Roy DeMeo because John probably wouldn't have moved on him. That's the real truth. When he killed Roy DeMeo, his murder team was gone.
Let me
Okay.
ask you a question. Did John kill Tommy DeSimone
No,
from Goodfellas? Who killed
no,
him?
no. That was done by Tommy Aguilera.
Okay. Because John tries to, they say John Gotti that he
No,
might have ordered it.
no. Tommy
Oh, I didn't
Aguilera
know. I
killed
never
him.
knew.
Tommy Aguilera killed him. That's 100%. And guys, hold on, guys. Taylor, love, it's echoing really loud. It's echoing really loud.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So Tommy Aguilera definitely killed him, and also what I want to tell you is that the reason why Paul it was so easy to kill him is because his hit team was gone. Roy fucked up by when they killed Roy DeMeo. Remember, he chased his whole crew to the Lucchese's, to the other families, the
Yes, Pop.
Setters, the Gemini Lounge. All of them were gone. I'm not no genius here, but listen, John Sr. was scared shit of Roy DeMeo. They all were. They all were
Oh,
scared of
yeah.
that crew.
I've always heard it. I heard a lot of stories.
If they don't kill Roy and get rid of that crew and they're ready to whack out Paul, they got to kill them too. And guess what? People are going to be nervous about moving on all those guys. You know what I'm saying? The vampire, they're sick. These sickos. They're not even a mafia. It's like some Satan shit. You know, they were on. Like, it was just different. You know what I mean? So when they eliminated Paul's hit team, because that's what they were, a fucking savage hit team, it made it easy for John to move on Paul because he had nobody to defend. Who do you have? They were all kissing John's ass. Frankie the Chief, all of them had everything.
Yeah,
You know?
Paul just rode around with Tommy Bilotti.
I'm telling
John's
you.
got cause.
Yes. So if Roy DeMeo is still in the picture, I don't know if it plays out like that. You'll never know. You'll never know. We'll never know. But like I said, it would have changed a lot of things because you can't just move on someone like that with a fucking 15 hit team. These guys will kill you. You know, they were different. You know what I'm saying? It was just a whole different ball game with those guys, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The Gemini
See,
twins.
that's
And
when they
all
had guns and people shooting. 80s and
sickos.
90s, Gene was off the hook.
They were sickos, you know, so
And
I
that's
don't
when
know.
that was my days.
Yeah.
We
So
were
I don't know if it would have been so easy to just move on Paul like that. It's not not getting them on board. You would have to have them on board. You get what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to look over your shoulder every day with them guys.
Well,
You're
the
not gonna feel
Chin
safe with
wasn't
them.
happy.
Yeah.
Tried to blow him up in a car. That came from the Chin.
Yeah, and Gas Pipe was with them. Gas
Yeah.
Pipe. Remember,
Well, the
Junior. Remember,
Lucchese's and the Genoese.
a lot of people don't know is that Quack is the put the hit on Gas Pipe and got that guy to shoot him in the car. If you know that.
No.
Yeah, Quack's the one that tried to get Gas Pipe killed. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Angelo.
Angelo's the one that put that hit on him.
From the Bow Wow.
And had that Irish guy shoot him in the car. That's from Quack. That's why he got shelved. Quack got shelved for that. Of course.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the tapes, correct?
No, he got shelved over fucking getting Gas Pipe fucking shot also. Yeah. Absolutely. Those are gangsters, man. That whole family, I knew their sons. They were all tough guys, man. That whole Ruggiero family's tough, bro. All legit tough guys.
I knew the son Angelo because I did some bookmaking in the Bow
man,
Wow.
I loved Angelo. I liked Angelo a lot. Angelo was tough as fuck, bro.
Were you around when the Bow Wow was still there?
Of course. Angelo was a tough motherfucker, though. He's a real tough guy.
Who was the big black guy in there that gave out change? He used to do the football cards for me, and Angelo had the bookmaking in there. There was a big black guy that gave out change for all the kids to play arcades.
Oh, yeah?
He did he took the bookmaking.
That's back in the day, Bow. That's back in the day.
Yeah.
Before we get to this Pat Caruso question, I don't want to jump off the Roy DeMeo. I got one other question for you, Gene.
Yeah.
Do you think, I know there's been crazy numbers, do you think there's a huge exaggeration when it comes down to his murders? What do you think the number is?
I know the number. He killed 33 people.
So the 200 is over exaggerated.
He killed 33 people. That's what he killed. 33 people. John Sr. says it himself. He killed 33 people.
That's a lot of bodies. Oh,
yeah.
You know, when they talk about guys with hundreds of bodies.
I mean, I heard 200. That's what I heard. I said that's 25% of the mafia.
John Sr. says it on his wiretap. He goes, he killed 33 people. That's exactly what he said.
And that's probably one of him, Greg Scarpa, Roy DeMeo. They would like.
These numbers always get exaggerated.
You know
who killed the most people for organized crime? Tommy Karate killed the most people for organized crime.
You think?
100%.
I thought about
Yeah.
20 bodies, Tommy. He
Tommy,
was around the
Tommy,
era I
Tommy,
was.
Tommy Panera, Tommy Karate killed more than any hit singly himself. He killed more than anybody in Mafia, I believe.
I mean, he was
And that's told
treacherous.
by a lot of people. Yeah, he was killing everybody. He would rob a drug dealer and just leave him in the car. That's how he was. Even murders you wouldn't even know about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He killed a drug dealer just for giving his girlfriend coke.
Chopped the head off. He chopped the girl's head off, drove around in the car. He's
There you
sicko.
go. I didn't want to go into
Yeah.
that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Is
you
he
know,
coming home soon?
No,
No.
No, because I heard his
And
daughter's
here's the
fighting
thing,
for
Gene.
something.
Gene,
Never.
and then I want to answer this guy's question. Gene, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about Angela Gotti interviewing Tommy Karate's daughter?
It's insane. It's insane. If you're still living that life, I mean, in jail, I already heard that a lot of people were looking at him funny because he was like drawing paintings for the COs and doing weird stuff. So I already heard he lost his mind, kind of. I know a lot of guys that were locked up with him said he kind of he lost his mind. You know what I'm saying? He's getting older.
Okay. There you go.
He's
I knew there had to be a
portraits.
reason.
Yeah,
The
a lot of
old
the
Tommy
guys were like,
Karate would have never let that happen.
a lot of the guys were going, yo, this guy's drawing portraits of cops for them. It was getting weird. He started losing his bird a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's been in jail a long time, and he's never come home. But they said he started doing his time really weird. So I think people were kind of like looking at him like an asshole anyway, to be honest with you. Because remember, you
He
can do
actually
one wrong
just
thing. It don't
go
matter how
ahead.
many people you killed. It don't matter what you did in your life. You do one wrong thing and you look that no good with these people. It's just what it goes. It's how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's how it
Hey
goes.
Jim,
You got,
she actually interviewed Linda Scarpa just now as well. I don't know if you know that, but she just interviewed Linda Scarpa. But we're gonna
I
get into that.
met
Let's just
Linda
answer this
because I
question
knew
for this gentleman here, Pat Caruso. I'll just send it to both of you guys. What's your thoughts on Jimmy Gallo?
I could answer that one. I knew Jimmy. Jimmy took 25 years like a man. Came home in 99, hanging around with Anthony Capo. Now, remind you, he had other bodies. He caught another case, Rennie Palermo, when he flipped, put another body, the Diamato murder, or the Weiss murder. I forgot which one he was involved in. Took another 25, went back, took 25, came home, was home a year, took 25 more. Vinny gave him. He went back home. He was a thug.
Shout out to him. Guys, there's 553 people in the chat. Please hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate you guys for being on with us and staying with us for an hour and 42 minutes. Gene, we definitely appreciate you coming on and
I'm
telling
gonna
your
head out.
story and
Yeah.
enjoying everything. We appreciate you, brother. Hope to see you back on. If not, Jimmy will be on the round table with you guys soon.
Yeah.
I'll
We
see you later, guys.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you. All right.
Definitely, Gene. Thank you,
Later.
brother.
Gene, I'll
Thank
talk to you,
you.
brother.
Later.
All right. Brooklyn, everybody have a good night and thank you for subscribing. It's only going to get better. I got a bunch of people coming on. I got Larry Maz, I'm doing an interview. I'm doing it. I got about a half a dozen
Yeah.
to go into. But we'll keep you posted. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Jimmy Easy Mafia Life. We're going to talk about it and we're going to try to get out to the kids. Don't listen to this life.
Yeah.
This is fake. Stay away from the TV. Watch educational things. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Don't make the mistake because it almost ruined my life. That's it. Have a good night, folks. God bless.
Guys, everyone, thank you so much for coming with us. We really appreciate it. We're new to this genre. We're new to the YouTube world. We're just trying to go and tell stories. Please join us again. We'll be live hopefully every other day. Thank you guys so much. Sorry for the questions we didn't get to, but as you can see, it was a great and a great show with a bunch of people. So tune in, look out for our stuff. Follow Jimmy _easy_ Sirocco on all platforms. Also in Amazon, Hitman Tells All, $16.99, $5.99 on Kindle. Please hit the subscribe button, everyone. We had over 900 people in the live today, I believe. I could be wrong, but everyone hit the subscribe, share it. We
Yeah.
appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Jimmy,
Have a good night.
salute, brother. Thank you.